What's up, everybody? Welcome to Master G's Theater, and I am your host, Master G. We're going to just send our shout-outs and love for our other co-host, CLB.
We love you, CLB.
My man is here.
DJ Boom is in the building today.
And, of course, my man who has no right being so damn good.
Say R.B.
Let's get it. What's
so
happening?
good it upsets you.
It's upsetting to be that. It's
Pisses me off.
Why? Yeah, so, hey, if you're joining the show, right on. If you've been listening to the show, thank you. You know, we've been hearing a lot of good feedback. People saying they're enjoying it, following us. So right on, man. Thank you to all the hip-hop heads. Thank you to all the, 50 and over, the young people, everybody that's tuning in and checking us out, man. We really, really, really appreciate it. You know, go to your social media platforms and let people know about what we got going on. You know, like this is one of my lifelong dreams to, have a national, radio show. So I really appreciate it. And it's on and popping, especially, to do it. Again, CLB, she's phenomenal. She'll be back with us.
That's right. She'll be back next week. And sending some love to her pops.
Yes.
And also today's show is extra special.
Yes.
Because just the other week, we inducted some of the most iconic and legendary hip-hop acts in the world.
Totally
and one
great.
of them was a group by the name of U.T.F.O.
U.T.F.O, yes.
Their DJ, who is one of the not only greatest DJs, but also one of the most kind of like instrumental and innovative DJs that changed how influential DJs were in groups. Mix Master Ice will be with us. 2022 Atlanta inductee Mix Master Ice.
He's our honored guest today on the show. We have for Master G's Wellness Sense.
Yeah, what are we talking today about?
We're going to be
Wellness
talking
Sense?
about different kinds of rest.
Oh, I need rest.
Yes.
Badly. Can we nap on the show? That's not interesting, is it?
No. That's a different kind of. That's a part of rest, but it's not the rest. We're going to be talking about that.
Right. Tell you about the different types of rest, and then we're going to be jacking for all of the beats
with.
What do you got going on, RBI?
Yeah, RBI. So what you got going on today?
So you mentioned the birthday, man. I thought about this time of the year. It's Virgo season right now, coming out of August as well. So one of our favorite MCs, the one and only Nasty Nas's birthday is falling on today. So we want to salute that brother right there. And we also had another artist who he sampled who recently had a birthday. I'm not going to tell you who that is.
Oh, see.
We'll know when we know. He's one of the most famous people to ever walk the earth. So that's a hint for you.
Okay.
Oh, I'm picking up on what you're throwing down.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little sweet on that. You know what I mean? Have a little bit of fun.
All right. So we got a great show for you today. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Welcome again to Master G's Theater. And I hope you guys are having fun because we are. And we going to be back.
In one moment, y'all. Stay tuned.
All right.
Hands of God. Take it away.
Nothing but rude. Say R.B.
What's this?
Mix Master! Well, all across the metropolitan USA, everybody with a mouth talking about a DJ. Mix Master! DJ Ice, to be precise, the boy is nice. Mix Master! Buttercut records got a girl into, and all your whack DJs pick up a mess. Mix Master! Paper cutting bread, cut down a tree, and make you wish you were dead. Mix Master! Mix Master! Across the metropolitan USA, everybody with a mouth talking about Mix Master! Well, all across the metropolitan USA, everybody with a mouth talking about DJ Mix Master. DJ Ice, to be precise, the boy is nice. Cause he can cut buttercut records, cut a girl into, and all your whack DJs pick up a mess out of you. He'll cut paper, cut bread, cut down a tree, and all your whack DJs pick up a mess out of you. He'll cut paper, cut bread, cut down a tree, and all your whack DJs pick up a mess out of you. He'll cut paper, cut bread, cut down a tree, and make you wish you were dead when you might as well be. As a matter of fact, to be exact, this is not fiction, this is all fact. The man in the back is dressed in black. He's gone, but we gone. The man in the back is dressed in black. The man in the back is dressed in black. The man in the back is dressed in black.
Yeah, welcome back to the show, man. Welcome back to Master G's Theater. I'm a little upset right now because, man, RBI just, man.
Seamless blends.
Wow.
Seamless.
Yeah, so welcome back to the show. DJ Boom.
Yeah, I have a segment.
Yes.
I have a segment. I'm going to prepare my DJ to get the intro ready for a segment
That
we call...
You must learn.
You must learn.
You must learn.
Yeah.
You must learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must learn.
You
All
must
right.
learn.
Happy birthday to the one and only
I think he's one of the best that ever did it.
Nas is the kid that can tell.
Yeah.
What is it? Recognize is it's actually an amazing sample.
Yo.
Bismarcky, highly recognized as the kid with the flow.
Right, as the kid with the flow. So DJ Premier
Yes.
took a Bismarcky line that's not even saying Nas.
Large. That was large.
Who?
Large Pro.
That's a large pro beat?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
See, you got to be careful what you say because.
Well, you had the birthday right though, because Premier and Large they have the same birthday, so that you get a pass for confusion.
Defending my own. Thank you. Anyways, okay.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Nas.
Yes.
Who released his debut album in 1994.
That is amazing.
Okay. I just want to today, we all know Nas. I have displayed on our table, if you're
Yes.
watching the YouTube episode,
If you're not,
all
then we're
of
gonna
the
tell
most
you.
amazing promotional T-shirts that Nas has. Yeah, hold that a second.
Yeah, I
that
got it.
Nas has. Watch this.
Yeah.
That Nas has released
show.
over the years. So check this out. I think this is kind of neat.
That's
so
cool.
these are all the promotional. If you're watching the YouTube episode. All of the promotional T-shirts that he's released. These are like the authentic, 90s
Right.
T-shirts that he released.
Yes.
Okay. So I thought it'd be kind of cool because these are called rap tees.
Rap tees.
And believe it or not, these are worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars.
I bet.
now.
I'm sure.
And so these T-shirts that we all threw away and wore to the gym could be
Now,
funding
right,
our
worth-
children's college funds.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, well.
Well, yeah. Your children might already.
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, too late.
Yes, okay.
So he's been nominated for 13 Grammys. Whew. And if you asked me before reading this, like,
Yes.
hey man, do you know how many Grammys Nas is?
Tell me he's won like
I'd be like five,
Right.
like six. No,
no.
nominated for 13. His full name is Nasir
Yes.
bin Oludara Jones.
Like that name. Yes.
And we'll get into where that name comes from in a second.
That's a cold-blooded name.
It is a cold-blooded name, and you know
Yes.
what else is cold-blooded?
What?
Where he's from.
Yes. Yes, he is. Yes.
Queensbridge.
There's no question
You
about
don't
that.
F around in Queensbridge.
Yeah.
In fact-
that's that real deal.
That is that real deal. And you know who really set off the whole Queensbridge sound?
Go ahead.
He's a man with an affinity for wine.
Yes.
His name is Shizzle with the Whistle.
Sizzle with
And
the
he, and, he, and he burnt it, MC Shan burnt it down,
Yes.
actually,
Yes,
at
he
our
did.
induction.
He did
in
a great
Atlanta.
job. He
All right,
was-
let me give you a few more facts because they're kind of
Yes.
cool. Okay, he was introduced to the hip-hop world
Yes.
as Nasty Nas, but his very first rap name was Kid Wave.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Neither
In
did I.
2013, Harvard University established the Nasir Jones Hip Hop Fellowship,
Wow.
which serves to fund scholars and artists who show potential and creativity in the arts in connection to hip hop.
Wow.
Young people look for that. Nas is also an investor and an associate publisher
Yes.
of Mass Appeal. We all
Yes.
know that Mass Appeal publication.
Yes.
Documentaries and blogs.
Yes.
He is part Nigerian. And
Yes.
so his father's a jazz musician, still with us, Oludara, and he is of Yoruba descent.
Wow.
And that's a famous sect
Yes.
of population in Nigeria.
Okay.
2006, he was ranked on MTV's 10 greatest MCs of all time. I'm going to just tell you right away that I don't give a lot of weight to MTV's
Oh yeah, no doubt.
top 10 list.
Yeah, no doubt. They're funny about a lot of stuff. I mean, I say
Kind of like
this
Rolling
much.
Stones hip hop
Yeah.
list.
Oh, my
Like
gosh.
you guys are a
That-
rock
yeah.
and roll magazine. Why
Yeah.
are you even rating hip hop?
That's an episode
That's
we need to
a whole
have to
nother-
set
Yeah,
straight.
we need to talk about that. 'cause
But
that
can we
right
be?
there.
Let me just say it. Start with me, okay?
Yes.
He's on my top 5.
No
Without
question.
question.
Is he on your
Oh,
top?
no,
Is he
no,
on your
no,
top five?
without
come
question.
on, man.
Okay, so
on, man.
you guys had him.
The lyrical skill of that cat, man. Come on, man.
Well, I guess maybe in their defense, they did rank him 5th out of 10, but whatever.
You know, I was recently watching that episode of them doing that whole ranking thing. I think what Jay-Z was number 1, right?
I think I heard that, right?
All I know is it's so subjective that if you want to get people riled up,
right,
go ahead and put Joe Budden 3rd. You know,
there you go. There you go.
Like, you just want to upset people. Anyways, so happy birthday to Nas. That was not the greatest tribute, but I think I gave the people some facts they weren't aware of.
No, listen.
What was that?
The thing about Nas is for his contribution to this music, man, he's so significant.
So significant.
Yeah, I mean, he inspired so many people. He's not, and the thing that people have to understand is not only is he an amazing MC, but he's a hell of a business person.
I mean,
and that's the thing that I
could
think
be
we
wrong
gotta put
about
out
this,
there.
but I'm pretty sure he's the one who got Ring off the ground, the doorbell company that's now like a multi-billion-dollar
Listen
company.
to me when I tell you,
Yeah.
this cat is
Smart.
He's very intelligent. He makes good decisions.
Yeah.
He's a good representation of people coming from a situation that's not the best start to get to a higher level.
Right.
So, yeah.
No. He's like a testament, right,
Absolutely.
to folks coming out of projects and
Absolutely.
showing they can be and billionaires.
Exactly.
The
That's
other
what
thing,
I mean.
other thing about Nas, I think is very significant is he actually lived up to the promise that people placed upon him. You know,
Ooh, wow, that's so astute.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
we-
one else that could live up to Illmatic, right, and still keep a career. Everyone would be like, everything is whack in comparison.
well, even in terms of you talking about his business acumen, like you're thinking about someone who many of our greats haven't achieved
Yes,
the
yes.
heights. They haven't cashed in on
That's what I mean.
being
That's
who
why I
they
wanted to
are the
bring
way
that
that he
up.
did.
Yes.
From that era. I mean, we could look at Jay and say something
That's
similar,
different.
but
Yeah,
at
that's
the same
different.
time, Jay wasn't christened as the golden child MC. You know what I mean?
From his
it's almost,
first album.
yeah, so you're kind of looking at like an artist who as an MC is cherished within the hip hop community, but
Right.
also has the spoils to go with it.
There you go.
I'm going to add one last thing to
Yes.
that, is that he keeps the integrity and rawness and street
Yes.
in hip-hop.
Yo, yesterday,
If he was not in hip-hop, I feel like we would have been way too jiggy-diddy-ized. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think he did a lot of things in certain ways, man. He came in with a wave. I won't give him total credit for. A lot of people give him total credit for ushering in the next wave of lyricists, but he was very much a significant part of that wave.
That's what I mean. Absolutely.
And he helped to sustain where hip hop, because he came in at the time where hip hop actually reached its commercial peak as well. So
that's right.
He was an anchor to something that says,
That's
"Yo,
right.
this is the standard that we want to try to maintain.
Yes.
Regardless of how expansive it gets commercially, we can go back to say this guy's been a part of that ride the entire time. You know what I mean?
He definitely evolved into the mainstream, but he did it with authentic skills.
And he's still making music.
Which is
Am
even
I
better.
wrong that he won, or at least was nominated for Best Rap? I know he was nominated.
I think he was nominated. He won something.
He's done
For
the last
one of them,
2
like
or
King's
3
Disease or
albums with
something.
this guy Hit Boy.
See, this is what I'm saying.
And I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah,
at first I was like, huh? He won his first Grammy.
he did. See,
It's like King's Disease 2, right?
King's Disease 2. Yep.
there you go. Thank you. Thank
Marcus,
you,
our producer.
Our producer, Marcus. So he does things.
This
every
guy's
now and
amazing.
then.
I
Every
mean,
now
talk
and then.
about longevity.
No, every now and then, Marcus.
There's like about 3 once a month Marcus gets his little. We're gonna have a segment later on called Marcus's Corner,
Shout out to
where
Marcus.
he very
One of the
calmly
great
tells you.
producers of this show. Go ahead, man. So yes.
No, that's what we could go like for hours about Nas, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
have like people to interview. So
Yeah.
when we come back after this segment, we are going to be with Master G's Wellness Sense.
Yes.
Which
And,
is all about.
we're going to talk about it when you come back. So stay tuned and hang out. And thanks for listening and tuning into the show. Master G's Theater. We'll be back. Boom.
Right after this.
Say
Word. Off that up, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do a little something like this, you know what I'm saying? Stay up on this. Keep it on and on and on and on and, you know what I'm saying? Big Nas, Grand Wizard, what is it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, guys.
I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies, and prisoners, Hennessy holders, and old school, and then I be just. I rap unofficials that mo woolly tie. I rap coolie high, gas the bar. I rap for listeners, blunt heads, fly ladies, and prisoners, Hennessy holders, and old school, and then I be dissing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, yo.
Welcome back to Master G's Theater, and I am your host, Master G, and I'm always joined by my man, Pots and Pans co-host, DJ Boom.
Lovely Locks is no longer here. Now it's just U.T.F.O in the building. Sorry.
Oh, boy. And, of course, RBI, one of the baddest DJs.
RB.
Yes. And we're going to keep on shouting out CLB because we really miss her, and we'll be
And we
glad
love
when-
ya.
And, yeah. So, let's go on to...
Wellness
Is that what we're
sense.
doing right now? We're getting around to the wellness sense, you know.
Okay.
So I strive to
Be
eat
healthy.
My goal in life is not to be rich or wealthy.
There you go.
Come from good health and wise ways. We got to start taking better care of ourselves. Be healthy, y'all.
Be healthy, y'all.
Yes, so be healthy, y'all. As you know, again, if you've been tuning in, and I just want to keep this going. This is the narrative about lifestyle. You know, understand that health is part of your lifestyle. You can't decide, you know, that okay, well, I'm going to try to be healthy. You have to want to be healthy, and then you have to incorporate being healthy in your lifestyle. That's why I talk a lot about getting started. Once you get started, you have to understand that you got to keep going, you know, and there's so many different facets of being healthy. That's why, you know, we came up with the whole Master G's wellness sense.
Right.
You know, to give people an opportunity to kind of understand the importance of putting this money, this wellness sense in your wellness bank.
Also, I think if you talk about it every week, the goal is, like you said, it's just like, it's not even I'm trying to do XYZ. It's no, I do this.
You're doing it, right.
I don't eat fried foods.
Period.
I get rest.
Right.
I go exercise because
it.
that's how I live.
Yes.
So I like that we're doing it every week.
Me too. And that's the thing that I want to try to get people to understand. We don't know how much time we have,
Man.
but what we can do is work to try to get the most out of the time that we do get.
Amen to that. Also, like, okay, so I changed gyms.
Did you?
I used to be at a pretty fancy, nice gym.
Okay, so where you at now?
Now I'm back at the Y.
Hey.
And nothing against the Y. I love
Nothing.
the Y.
No, I've worked out at Y.
But the average age is 112. I was actually bench pressing next to Yoda, and he was amazing. First of all, Yoda's in amazing shape. I simply want to say this: if you saw some of the folks that were in the gym,
Exactly.
one, you got to hand it to them that they're in the gym at their age.
Big time.
But two, my takeaway: I saw a man who had oxygen, you know, from a canister,
Is that
you know,
right?
going to his nose. Now, kudos to you.
That's amazing. Yeah,
For
that's amazing.
exercising, and yet at the same time, I would love to be his age with no oxygen tank.
No. That's my goal. That's what I'm seeing as far as, you know, the ideal of making it a lifestyle. I'm fortunate enough
Right.
that it is part of my lifestyle,
Right.
and people sometimes don't really understand. Even while I am touring, while I
Right.
am in different parts of the world, you know, I'm
Still.
literally getting up. If you know, we got media and sound check and shows this, I will get up. You know, depending on, it doesn't matter what time we went to bed for the night before. I'll get up in the morning. I'll go to a gym. I'll work out an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, because that is part of my lifestyle. It keeps me going. It keeps me fortified. It opens up the toxins in my body. Releases all that tension, and you know, it's
Toxins and
necessary.
also like negative energy. So RBI
Yes.
is a healthy dude. How do you work exercise into your daily routine?
Man, my ideal situation is to be able to get out, at least to be able to take a nice hike when I wake up in the morning, or just like get around the city on my bike. That's my main fun way to do like cardio, is just hop. I don't even think about it like exercise. I know it is, but I like to be able to get around on my bike. That's my main thing. Like, enjoy DC, especially just hopping and riding around different areas,
Yes.
going down to the mall, you know, and just zooming around on that thing, man.
I really feel like biking's got to be the most fun.
No, I was getting ready to say that. Yes.
Yeah.
because you're always seeing stuff.
Yeah,
Well, not
exactly.
only that,
yeah.
it's one of the greatest full body training processes that you could do.
It
Riding
makes it a
bike.
win-win because you think about it in terms
Man,
of like, say,
amazing.
I mentioned the museum. I'm
Right.
like, yeah, I might want to go down to the museum. I'm biking down there,
That's
so I'm
serious.
getting the
Yeah.
usage. But yeah, I got a destination. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's
A lot
not
of
just
cities you can't do that.
Yeah.
In a lot of the rural places you can't do that. We're lucky we have that here.
Yeah.
And I say that because a lot of times when you go to the gym, you hop on an exercise bike. It's you got to imagine where you're going. Like there's no real destination. You just have a goal. You know what I
Right.
mean? So being able to really do real life stuff makes the joy for me when it comes to getting that fitness.
Real life things incorporated in your health regimen. That's a very key thing, RBI.
That's
Real
super
life
good.
things.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
really nice. That's a really nice wellness sense, you know,
indeed.
for the bank. That's because people. That's what I want people to get. I want people to figure out a way to make it cohesive in their living, you know, and that's when it becomes because you know if you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
so that's the thing. You know, that's why it's so important that we talk about it from different aspects. You know, you don't have to go to a gym. You, like you said, you can ride a bike. You can take a walk. You know, you could do calisthenics.
In fact, you could
yeah.
just do some of your errands. Start just walking your errands instead of driving your errands.
Yep. So let's get into this.
Let's get into this.
So
Okay,
today,
so
yes.
G today
Yes.
is going to be talking about the 7 different types of rest because
Yes.
as important as it is to exercise and stay healthy and eat healthy, we also, in this society where
Yes.
we are so overstimulated, overexposed, we need to figure out ways to pull back. G is going to break them down one at a time.
Yes. So first off is physical rest. We all know about physical rest. That's the literal aspect of, you know, stop moving, close your eyes, you know, go to let your body give. And then in the fitness world, people really don't understand one of the big ingredients of muscle development, muscle appearance, wellness as far as your body condition is the rest part. Like, because when you work out, you tear down the fibers in your muscle. The way that the muscle repairs itself is when you go to sleep. It comes back in a different form. So the physical aspect of resting is so vital. You know, that's why you have to give different days, work out different programs. Don't do the same workout all the time also, because people make that mistake too. They never give your body a chance to rest. So we do the physical rest. That's the first one.
And I feel like we all are like have a good understanding of like physical rest.
Yes, we know what that. But
It's
here's
the
the next
easy
one.
one, yeah.
Here's the next one. Mental rest. And we talked about this before the
Right.
show. Like one of the things that I do is that I will leave my phone at home.
Yeah.
Like I will go out, you know, and like I said, I'll go out to dinner with my wife.
Right.
We'll go. I literally leave the phone in the house.
Yeah.
Now I might be out, you know, going. We will go to dinner, and you know she likes to go to, you know, shop and all these other different things. But the phone is there, so I
Yeah.
might go 3 or 4 hours without a phone.
I like that idea. I
Yeah.
need to do more of that.
Yes, and see, a lot of times people go, I need my phone. Yes, you do, but I just want to take people back to a time when there was no such thing as a cell phone.
Right.
What did we do?
How did we live?
It works, folks. People will figure it out. People will figure it out. It works. You got to give your chance. You got to give your brain a chance to rest. You got to do yourself a favor and give yourself a break.
But maybe that's the best way to do it. Maybe you accidentally just gave us like an anecdote, right? So don't just try to like, you know, do it for hours at a time. Instead, pick
Yes.
something in your life, like going out to dinner,
There you go.
going to the gym,
There you go.
and lock your phone at home or in the locker.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be 3 hours. When I'm not saying 3 hours, I'm saying give yourself 10 minutes. 10
Right.
minutes will turn into 20 minutes, and et cetera, and on and on. Now, the next one, when we keep it going, social rest. Now, this is something that is very difficult to do, especially in the age that we're in with the technology, Instagram and Facebook and, you know, Twitter and all these different things. You can get sensory overload, man, if you don't give yourself a chance to be able to go back within yourself. You know, this is the thing that I try to tell people, like, you know, being a person that is known, you know, I'm known for the music. I'm known for
Personality.
I'm a personality. Yes. I call it, you know, becoming invisible. Like one of the things I like to do when I get back home is I like to become invisible. I like to be able to walk around without having to take a picture. I like to be able to walk around without having to talk about, the music.
Right.
So I get that. I purposely work to live in an area where it is not a big deal to be a person that is known.
But also, I think the meaning has changed.
Yes.
Okay. So, like back in 80s, 70s,
Right.
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2010, like the meaning of social rest is like, oh, I'm going to party less.
Right.
I'm going to go to the club
Right.
less.
No, this is a
okay,
totally
so
different thing.
now,
Yes.
because of social media,
Right.
you have to actually consider your use of Instagram and Facebook or TikTok as social interaction. And so
Totally.
your mental rest is
Yes.
is chilling on the social interaction. Your social rest
Right.
is also chilling on the online interaction.
Yes, totally.
Did you have something you wanted to add to that, RBI?
No, I mean, there's a synergy with that whole thing. The phone is an extension of, it's almost like an extra organ now. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Ugh.
So we got to treat these the same way you want to make sure you filling your body with enough water and things like that to keep that healthy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, figuratively filtering things out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So we got to treat it like that.
Very good. Now, here's the next one. This is something that
Oh, let's talk
we want
about this.
to
right.
get in spiritual rest.
Hey, RBI, G and I saw
Yes.
this earlier,
And we kinda looked
kinda
at
looked
it,
at
right.
each other like,
And we were like,
like, oh, should we talk about this? We don't know what that means.
Right.
What do you think spiritual
what is your,
rest?
we figured we
What does that mean to you?
What does that mean to you? Yes.
That's a loaded, that's a very loaded question, man.
That's why we threw it on you.
I was just talking to my lady about this yesterday, though. Just the idea of just being able to, when you rest your body, if your mind and everything is in disarray, you have to do some type of meditation to bring yourself to some centering. You know what I mean?
I see.
Because we all ambitious people, artistic people, our minds never to really turn off. So we got to figure out ways to navigate that. And for me, meditation and reflection brings me a spiritual rest, because otherwise I'm going nuts.
Yeah. I like
Okay,
it. Very
I
good.
get it.
I get it now.
So,
Yes.
so it's actually an active thing rather than a passive thing. It might be the only active
on this whole list.
thing on the whole list.
Totally. So,
And we're going to wrap this health
Yeah.
segment up with the very last one.
Yes.
Which I think is self-explanatory.
Easy. Creative rest. Yeah. Creative. What
I
do you
don't
think
know
about that,
about you.
RBI? Creative rest.
Very necessary. I'm going through it right now. My brain is overloaded with stuff I want to do, and it's being crowded. I gotta figure out, like, let me dial this down so I can get focused on it and really do
Yeah.
the best that I can do with what I have ability wise.
A lot of times, like you, of course, being a rapper, an MC, that I've written. I still write rhymes. People don't really realize this, but I still write rhymes. And one of the things that I do when it comes to the creative side of me is I leave that aspect alone. I don't pressure myself to write. People go, well, you gotta write. You got a book of rhymes. I just, sometimes I only write 2 lines.
Right.
Very true.
Right.
Or sometimes I might see something and say, oh, okay, but I'm not pressuring myself to come up with things. And I think people that are creative, like RBI said, you gotta do yourself a favor, give yourself a break, and get out your own way.
And to support what you're saying, like, we're talking about this whole total piece, like, the fact that we're so plugged in, we're often encouraged to try to monetize and make everything that we do into something.
Man.
So your creativity is not even
That's not even
encouraged,
creative. You're
right.
just so focused on the dollar
There you go.
or clicks or attention.
validation.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Next up,
So, yeah.
we
next
have
up.
a segment
We have
after
a
the
segment.
hands of God.
Yes.
Mixmaster Ice 2022
Yes.
National Hip Hop Museum inductee.
Yes.
After this break,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. We'll be right back.
My man RBI DC, what's up?
Drop it. Yeah, dissing all you Robbie Dog DJs that suck, and I ain't gotta call no names. My name is Mixmaster, battle me if you're able, but for now I'm just chilling and yo, I stay stable. One day I react and then explode like radiation, cause suckers bite my cuts. They keep tracing me, fraudulating, then pretend to be the best. I got hands like bombs and they inflict death. My complexion is cream, my ego won't break, and I don't get conceited to the point where my head inflates. So if you wanna battle me, don't get sloppy, cause when I start cutting, yo, you better stop me. If you wanna battle me, don't get sloppy, cause when I start cutting, yo, you better stop. If you wanna battle me, don't get sloppy, cause when I start cutting, that makes my scratch. A lot of disc jockeys bluff, but I react. Stay nimble with badass landslides. Can do a cut better than you with my hands tied behind my back. So hold your breath. I'm extending around within a fraction of a sec. Jack of all trades, so label me a veteran. You know my crew by the U.T.F.O letter in my voice. Interlocks on any intercom. I only cut to build a biceps on my arm. My name is Master. DJs be aware, because I treat my turntables like hardware. Mix Master, DJs be aware, because I treat my turntables mix Master, DJs be aware, because I treat my turntables like hardware. And if you wanna battle me from lack of respect, balls, my cut is correct. Has a quick reflex, it's like a hologram. Picture the plot on a set. I'm not a misfit, and yo, my cuts get better. Label me awesome, the critics all sever me from an amateuristic opponent. You wanna battle me? Haha, postpone it. You can't make where I innovate. The indicator will break if you record me on tape. And yo, I get with it, keep the needle on the pivot. Leader of the pack, this title I fitted. Jack of all trades, but cutting is my hobby. So listen to the property, the structure, and the body. And if you wanna battle me from lack of respect, balls!
Pause. My cut is correct.
See, this is not right.
Mix Master.
Okay. Yes.
We have a segment.
We're back.
This segment is a little something that we call Power Moves.
Yes.
On the line. Atlanta 2022.
Right now.
Inductee. One of the greatest DJs in the history of hip-hop.
Totally.
The one.
The
only. Mix Master Ice. Are you with us, my friend? Mix Master Ice, are you there?
Hear me?
Yes, we
can hear you. What's up, Ice?
It's all good. Blessings, man. Glad to be here with you three, man. Salute. What's happening?
Oh, man. Let me just say this, because I do this because I'm so excited about doing this show. But for you to be on the show, it is a privilege and an honor. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, man, for what you've done, what you do, who you are, and how you get down. So, right on.
Thank you. Coming from you, Master G, that's a major compliment. You're one of the founding fathers of the art form. Bro, I stand on your shoulders and many of the pioneers like yourself. So thank you. I appreciate that.
We appreciate you too, man. Thank you.
Well, you know, we are just, again, congratulating you on your induction. And we thought it was just a really beautiful, bittersweet, amazing ceremony. Please tell us, right? Because the listen, you're like the first person to talk live on national, radio about the experience. Please tell us a little bit about your experience being inducted into the National Hip Hop Museum.
It was definitely humbling, and it was definitely a highlight in the career. And like you said, it's bittersweet. I'm down two members of the group. Educated rapper passed away from cancer in 2017.
Yeah.
Kane passed away from cancer late 2021. So it's two Ices left. My partner, Dr. Ice, and myself, Master Ice. So it's bittersweet, but to represent for the four of us, we're grateful, extremely humble. When we first started to be even a part of the hip hop culture, it was more of a hobby kind of thing, just exploring the culture like most teens of our age were doing. And then when the opportunity came and we were blessed to be able to showcase our talent around the world and make records and inspire other people, this is just another extension to that. So I appreciate the museum for honoring us and showing us love. Yes, indeed.
Well, we are honored to do that in Atlanta.
It was so cool.
That was our first induction in Atlanta.
That was our first induction in Atlanta, and it was amazing. Shout out to the Nappy Roots.
They hosted us.
Kentucky.
Yeah, that was so nice.
They hosted us. It was so cool. So yes.
Let me ask Mixmaster Ice. We always ask this question.
Yes.
And maybe it's getting old to us, but it's not old to our guests. Can you remember the very first hip hop song you ever heard ever?
Yeah. I would say that would be King Tim III by the Fatback Band.
That's it.
King Tim. And tell us, like, when you heard it, What made you fall in love with hip hop? And maybe that it wasn't that song, but ultimately, what made you fall in love and get into hip hop?
Okay, so I'm from Brooklyn, born and raised in Brooklyn since I was 3. So Brooklyn raised me. But my mom's family, my mom's siblings, and my grandmother on my mom's side, they're from the South Bronx. They all grew up in Forest Projects.
Oh, okay.
So holidays we would spend up in the Bronx. And before King Tim III and Rapper's Delight came out, before it got commercialized on radio, we was already seeing it starting to simmer in the streets and at the block parties and at the park parties. So when we would go to Forest Projects, from my grandmother's terrace, we could see the break dances and the DJs and that whole culture being developed, right? I was young then, maybe at that time anywhere between 10 and 12. So we're probably talking 75, 76, 7. And I'm watching in front of me, not realizing the magnitude that it will take off years later. But so as you're seeing this, you're seeing the break dances, you're seeing the MCs on the mic, you're seeing the DJs with the records and the crowd around the DJ and just the crowd in front of the rope, just being, just there with, chatting it on and stuff. So when we would go back to Brooklyn, we would tell them the experiences. Then these tapes of these park jams and different battles in the Bronx would start to circulate the city. And then, now everybody's getting a glimpse and can hear what's going on and they can, transform it to their own borough. But when I first heard that on the radio, I'm gonna be honest, even when I hear that record to this day, it does something to me. Every time I hear that King Tim III, I can remember when I first heard that on the radio and it was like, what in the world is this? Then you come right behind that with the Sugarhill gang and Rapper's Delight. And at that point, you just know this thing is going to take off because now it's radio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny. Because the first time I ever heard, other than Rapper's Delight, the first record I ever heard, like you said, was King Tim. I went to a party after I had recorded the record. So we hadn't even released the record yet.
But you had recorded Rapper's
But we
Delight.
had recorded it. So I thought we were going to be the
Were
first.
you pissed when you heard it?
I was totally pissed. So I'm thinking...
no!
Right. I'm thinking we're going to be the first to come out on the radio.
Commercial
get it, commercial. Right. And I go to a party and I hear this record. And I know Fatback Band because as a DJ, I used to play Fatback Band.
Sure.
And then King Tim started rapping, and I was like, "Oh man, somebody beat us to it!" Oh, so I thought we weren't going to really rock. And then, of course, the record came out.
It's too bad that the Rapper's Delight never really got
it didn't
heard.
really do well.
Didn't really do very well. No one.
I'm working on it though.
One of these days, we'll kind of release it to the public, maybe.
Yeah.
Sorry
about that, Ice.
Sorry, Mixmaster Ice.
We
We're ridiculous
we
here
do
sometimes.
Yeah, we do that. So,
are you still with us?
Those records right there, like I said, Masters in front of me, that's amazing right there. I grew up listening to them guys,
Well, actually, I got to ask this because there's a chasm there, right? So everyone's doing hip hop in the streets, right? And then there's only just a tiny handful of folks like G and Curtis Blow, King Tim, right? That came out with records, right? And then years later, I guess about 4 or 5 years later, Ultimate Force organization, Untouchable. Sorry. What's Ultimate Force?
That's another thing.
That's another thing,
Diamond
right?
Untouchable.
Untouchable Force became a group, and just tell us as kids in Brooklyn, how you guys, because first of all, Forest Projects is where Diamond D is from.
Yes.
Who was our guest last week?
Yes.
Okay.
Shout out to Diamond.
So did you, Mixmaster Ice? Did you and Diamond D as young
Did you know Diamond?
kids ever cross paths?
Yeah.
Diamond's a lot younger than me, so I didn't know him then, but I knew of him when he started developing his thing with digging in the crates. But
okay.
I didn't know him. He's a little younger than me.
Okay.
But you linked with your group, your bandmates in Brooklyn, though, and just tell us, maybe the short version of how you met these guys and created one of the most iconic and important hip hop groups of all time.
Without question.
Well, the exact name is the Untouchable Force Organization, U.T.F.O. And we all met in our neighborhood. East Flatbush, Brooklyn. The short version of the story, myself and the educated rapper, we were in a DJ crew called the Jam-A-Lot crew. And it was me, him, and a couple of other DJs. And I used to mess on the mic a little bit. And he also used to mess on the mic a little bit, educated rapper. But we were predominantly a DJ crew. And we wanted to transition into a rap group because he wrote rhymes and I also wrote rhymes, but he was way ahead of me in writing skills as far as how he could complete a whole verse. He could do 5 verses a day, where it would take me maybe one, take me all day to write a whole nice one.
Right.
But so incorporate some rappers and transition from a DJ group to a rap group. And we was having auditions in our neighborhood in East Flatbush. Kango is one of the guys that came to the audition, and he had his dance partner, Dr. Ice, with him. They were known as Sean and Freddie at that time.
Okay.
And as a result of that meeting, the conclusion ended up us all joining forces and starting a crew, a rap group. And at that point, we called ourselves the Untouchable Force Organization.
Wow.
Yes.
Cool.
So, at the end of the day, you guys kind of created a, I guess, is it not the first beef, but definitely kind of like a beef ultimately. So Roxanne did it herself. But what was your idea when you guys created Roxanne? What was your idea behind it? Because it wasn't even the lead single on the record.
So Select, the first record of recording record from U.T.F.O was Beats and Rhymes in early '84.
Okay.
And then the record company, Select Records, gave us another single deal. We didn't have an album deal yet. They gave us another single deal. And the single deal that they gave us, the leading single for that was going to be a song called Hanging Out, like you said. That was the A side. They suggested we should do a B side record to throw a record on the B side. And B Fine from Full Force, because they didn't know what to really do, because they put so much emphasis into the A record. And B Fine said, I don't know, just make it about a girl. And they was like, what are we going to call it? He said, I don't know, name it Roxanne. So,
wow.
All right.
Yeah, and the concept of the song was for the three of them, Kango, Doc, and EMD, to rap about a girl that they didn't get. So at the end of the song, none of them got the girl. That was what the song was primarily about, the Roxanne record. Mm-hmm. And when the record started to take off and blow up, we started thinking, man, maybe we should, create a Roxanne to go with this thing. However, Roxanne, Shantae, and that whole Marley Marl camp beat us to that punch when they did the Roxanne.
Oh, the answer, right?
So she actually put a face to something that didn't even exist. There wasn't no face to the record. So when she answered the record, we were definitely not happy about that, because it kind of felt like a diss. We trying to climb the do our thing, and then here's somebody already answering our record. So it was like, wow. So then that's when we came back with the real Roxanne, because if anybody's going to put a face to our Roxanne that we talking about, we feel we should be able to do it.
Right.
So how the real Roxanne came into play.
Oh my God, it gets so kind of crazy from there, okay? Because
yes, now we
the
get,
real
yeah.
Roxanne then ends up battling Roxanne Shantae, right?
Yes, and then it's like endless Roxanne sagas after that.
Endless.
Sparky D got involved. Sparky
Right.
D and Shantae had a beef and
Right.
was on wax, and it just went from there to all kind of Roxanne records.
Well, and by the way, shout out Sparky D, who attended your induction ceremony.
Yeah. Sparky D, I did see her there. Yes, indeed.
It was a really beautiful ceremony to see so many of your guys' contemporaries, with you guys at the ceremony. And it's not just like regular, fans. It's also, iconic legends like Scorpio, just shows up to pay tribute. Iconic people, like DJ Hurricane, right? Just shows up to pay tribute. What does that mean to you when you see guys, that in hip hop, are your equal and have contributed, equally as much as you have. What does that mean when the community itself recognizes you?
It's tremendous. That's hip hop. That was created out of the mud, and to see where it still flourishes and still grows, it's amazing. The title "Living Legend" is a serious title, so I don't take that for granted when I'm around them guys. And I've been accepted to be put into the Living Legend Club now.
And you deserve
but
it.
Luther that came even before me, because I know the groundwork that they put in to get it out of the mud. It just started with 2 turntables and a mic, and then 3, 4 mics, however many mics the group needed. But it started for them records that we grew up on in the 70s, predominantly 70s, them records we call the breaks.
Yep.
Those records, and then back and forth on the left, and that DJ repeating that loop, keeping that groove going. And then you got the MC doing this thing, and then you got the dancers, and now you got the graffiti in the background, and then you add another element to it, to beatboxing, but also the knowledge, that knowledge that saved us and gave us an outlet from the street, that knowledge that saved us and gave us an alternative to create something from scratch. You know what I mean? And take what we had. It's like stew. You put everything in the little stew and you make a pot of it. Hip hop was that. Grab these records from whoever had hot records. It didn't matter if it was rock records, disco records, funk records, whatever was funky, and we could put a nice little groove to that, and the MCs could do their thing and the dancers could do their thing. That was early beginning of hip hop.
That is well put. That is well said. I think nobody could put it in better terms than that.
You know what it makes me want to ask, actually? Because he's a DJ talking, right?
Yes.
But he's also a DJ that raps. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So clearly Forest Projects, when a DJ goes in the doors of Forest Projects, they come out rappers.
That must be the case. That must be just the Star Trek.
Like really good rappers too, not just normal rappers.
No,
really good. Okay, here's my question, because we don't have infinite time, but I love talking with these guys. What's your favorite song that you ever created? And you have to you have a gun to your head. It's like Russian roulette. You have to tell us like the song you are proudest of creating. Go.
That's a tough one, but I'm probably gonna go with the man in the back is dressed in black. He's called what we call the leader of the pack.
Ooh, yeah. Well, we were just playing that.
Yeah, we let off today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
Because that right there really solidified us. It was the leading single after we got Roxanne. Hanging Out of Roxanne was a single. And then we got an album deal from the success of the Roxanne record. So now we're recording an album. And the first single and video to come from the album was Leader of the Pack.
Great song.
And it's also been sampled like 1 million times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Great song.
I'm wearing the ninja suit, which was different. I'm a DJ in the image.
Yes.
A lot of rappers had images, but now there's a DJ with an image. I'm the master of the mix, master of the scratch. So I'm wearing a full ninja suit with the mask and the whole 9 yards. So I'm sure.
Yes.
Even that was jacked. Like there were DJs at the DMC who ended up coming out in ninja suits.
And that's one of the things I wanted to get at you real quick, Mixmaster Isis, DJ RBI, man. Great meeting you in person in Atlanta.
Yes.
And I appreciate your props you gave me on the medley I did for you guys. It was a labor of love. I really wanted to do y'all justice. But yeah, you were talking about innovation. So like I can clearly feel like maybe DJ Scratch might have been influenced by you, like with the ninja, going from ninja to doing, the Jason mask and stuff like that. But like, what do you see your other influence as a DJ? Because as a youngster, being able to clock the differences and how things were advancing in hip hop, I saw and I heard innovation from these U.T.F.O records. So how would you pinpoint and tell everybody what you recognize as your innovation, with your contribution to hip hop and to the world of DJing?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
all I wanted to do was DJ. DJing got me in a lot of trouble, man. I would cut school, you know. I would do whatever I needed to do to get the money to buy these records and needles and headphones. But all I wanted to do was DJ. It was a tremendous hobby at first. All I wanted to do was DJ. So early in the game, a lot of practice went into developing these skills that would later turn into blessings on records and later turn into blessings on stage. But, you know, as you home in that room, you're coming up with ideas, you're coming up with tricks. And that was one of the things that I brought to the table early in the game was I wanted to innovate some tricks that hadn't been done. So I seen some of the ones that were done before me. So I would embrace those, figure out how I could add to that or elevate the next stage of those DJ tricks, developing techniques and scratches and stuff like that. Just trying to always be sharp and neat and precise. But a lot of that goes into practice and consistency. So anything that you do in life, anybody that has become a master at what they do, it took tremendous sacrifice and tremendous consistency. And within a 4-year span, because I started DJing in 1980, I was 15 then. By 1984, we're making records now. So this happened in a 4-year span. But in that age of me being 15 to 19 was a lot of practicing, a lot of sacrificing. And you know, you put the work in and it's meant for you, God will bless you.
There you go.
Amen.
There you go.
And I want to say just for anybody who can maybe wonder like how I'm interpreting some of what he's saying. Innovation-wise, U.T.F.O's Roxanne was a bomb. It was like a ground zero that spawned so much imitation and responses. But when you listen to the record itself, what you're doing while the MCs are rhyming, you're scratching rhythmically along with the flow and cadences of the MCs. I found that to be something I hadn't heard before. So I want to give you propers on that, just me recognizing that. And I even hear it further down the line when Missy Elliott comes out with Funky Fresh Dress and she's mimicking the same exact things that you guys were doing on a platinum record.
Right.
With the scratching to the
He was like a melodic scratch. I'm telling you,
great.
He was one of the tightest. Okay, we're way out of time.
Yeah, so we got to
Mixmaster Ice, we love you.
Yes,
you are amazing.
One of the.
We're gonna stay in touch.
One of the greatest to ever do it, man.
Do more things with you, but
Yes.
for now, please tell them where they can find you and book you.
Yes.
All right. Right now I'm on Instagram. And you can follow me at Mixmaster Ice. The website is under construction and being developed currently, which is mixmasterice.com. You can follow me there. I want to thank you guys again and the museum, Jeremy, Master G, and everybody involved. You guys put on a tremendous show.
Thank you.
Showed us a lot of love. Also, just
that.
thank you to the Most High up above. Nothing would exist without God. Thank you to our manager, Steve Salem, R.I.P. Steve Salem. Thank you to our production and management full force. Salute to my heavenly brothers, Kango and Educated Rapper. Peace to my homie Doc. We still out here doing our thing. Peace and love to all our families, because we would not be here without the love and support of our families and our fans and friends and loved ones. So I want to show them some love as well. And once again, thank you guys for having me here. It's been a great honor always talking with you.
Beautifully said. Thank you, Ice. Talk soon.
All right, Ice. Talk to you soon, man. All the best.
So right now,
yes,
we don't pause.
No.
We go from amazingness to more amazingness.
More, because it's
the
going
hands
down.
of God. A segment that we call
Jack and Bobby. Give me that beat, fool. It's a full Jack move.
Look, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to let you ride out the show.
Just go.
Just go.
Let's go, man. So look, in honor of Nas, I was inspired by one of my other influences, man, one of the greatest artists to ever do it. And I'm just going to get right into it, man. Y'all know what it is. Michael Jackson, rest in peace. Happy birthday, Michael Jackson. August 29th is Michael Jackson's birthday. Human Nature is the name of this title. Name of the song right here. And this is one of Nas's significant associations because his first hit record was based off of this song, which is called Ain't Hard to Tell. So we're going to do a little bit of Sweet on this song. Before It Ain't Hard to Tell came out, though, another artist, may not be nationally known, but he was significant in D.C. Significant in D.C., a brother by the name of Stinky Dink. Yeah, it's one of them names, man. He had a record called One Track Mind, so we're going to start with that one right there. So he was the first artist that I knew that sampled human nature on a hip-hop song. This is the hip-hop go-go record. And from there, we go to Nasty Nas himself. You know, with his first record, y'all can hear the samples of human nature in the background, Michael Jackson's vocals right there. So he set it off. I think around the same time, another group came out with a song. And I want to say Nas might have beat him. They might have beat Nas, but let's get into this next one after you listen to Nas.
SSWWB. This is one of my favorite samples. This song.
Yes. Oh. To me, I love the Nas, but SWV got it.
No, Nas is crazy because it's Nas. But this right here.
So in the 90s, RBI and I, we have to spin one into the other.
I'm sure. It's just the way to
like
do
the
it.
obvious way to
So yeah, man, like great song can spawn other great songs. That's what makes it so exciting, right?
From what I've heard, Michael loved this song, by the way, because it had to go right through Michael.
Right. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
and he loved it.
I can understand why.
So following that up, we take it all the way to like the current times, man, and
Yes.
the young boy Chris Brown inherits the Michael Jackson legacy and pays homage to SWV as well as Michael Jackson with this song called She Ain't You. So that's my sweet, man. Human Nature sweet, man, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, it's been amazing.
What an amazing show.
As usual.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's so much.
Hope
and
you guys liked it.
I hope you enjoyed it because we always enjoy it. So listen, thank you so much. This is Master G's Theater. You got your host, Master G. Of course, we got DJ Boom.
Yo.
We got RBI, always phenomenal. Again, CLB, we'll see you on the next side, or the hip side, or the flip side. Master G's Theater, we thank you, y'all. Peace.
Peace. We're out of here.
We're out.